Hello, my name is Dr. Corinna Di Niro and I'm here to present my research project, The Virtual Actor, Enhancing the Audience Experience Through Virtual Reality. As a theatre maker, teacher and performer, and as an avid theatre goer, I'm intrigued by ways of enhancing the audience experience. Is there more to being an audience member than just sitting there in the dark? There is plenty of research surrounding the role of the audience, their experience and their role in theatre. But given the current trend of an ever-progressing digital world, just how far can we enhance the audience experience through technology? How can you immerse the audience into the performance? Preliminary investigations showed that very little work was done crossing virtual reality with live theatre, so this is where I boldly ventured. VR is capable of transporting and immersing the viewer in a 3D visual and auditory space, witnessing an environment or scene from a unique, predetermined vantage point. But this project was to go beyond witnessing, where the viewer is indeed a player, where they could interact with live actors on stage to become not only a participant in the production, but even take the leading role. So, I began with a somewhat audacious premise. Come see Hamlet where you get to be Hamlet. In other words, invite the audience to come and experience a piece of theatre where they got to be the protagonist. In VR, immersion can be described as the state of consciousness where one's awareness of physical self is transformed by being surrounded in an artificial environment. In interactive theatre, immersion occurs by removing the stage and immersing the audience within the performance itself. The degree to which the virtual or artistic environment faithfully reproduces reality determines the degree of the suspension of disbelief. The greater the suspension of disbelief, the greater the feeling of presence is achieved. I identified 5 main areas for this research. 1. Use practice-led methodology during rehearsals to develop the performance. 2. Identify a simple story that the audience member would immediately recognise to minimise fear of not getting the part right, and then create a succinct 15-minute version to support that narrative. I chose The Wizard of Oz. 3. Explore ways to move and interact with the VA around the stage. 4. Add lighting and sound, a live audience and even a moment of being backstage to support the suspension of disbelief. And 5. Create a pre-recorded app version of the experience that could be shared after the initial performance. The research was undertaken at the University of South Australia and involved creative industries students at various stages of their degrees. Students were engaged in areas of knowledge and interest, placed into acting and technical roles, and linked with industry mentors. We began by rehearsing twice per week, using a tiny Insta-1 360-degree camera mounted on a microphone stand. We took turns playing Dorothy and repeated the process of play, review, assess, develop. Everyone got the chance to use the Insta-1 and report what they felt worked or didn't work while playing Dorothy. In the cut-down version of The Wizard of Oz, the goal was for the audience to see Dorothy interact with a range of characters and enter and exit the stage as any actor would. Additionally, I wanted the audience to be able to see what the VA was looking at, so I set up a VA preview monitor showing exactly where the VA was looking during the live performance. We discovered numerous technical and theatrical challenges within the VR medium. As the scenes were developed, we found ourselves learning the effective placement of actors in a 360-degree space. One of the most evident factors was proximity. Although in normal life, a comfortable talking distance might be 75 centimetres, in VR, the same effect would require the actor to stand as close as 30 centimetres away from the VR camera. When actors crossed the midpoint between the 2 lenses, their image became blurred or distorted by the stitching lines. In addition, the live streaming method via YouTube created an unworkable 7-second time delay, absolutely cutting the suspension of disbelief. In the live preview mode, the delay was roughly 0.4 seconds, a lot better but still a delay between live sound and VR vision. Actors had challenges too to overcome. For example, how do you treat Dorothy as if she were being played by an actor on the stage, although she is not? It was soon time to move to the theatre to block and light our show. Now, let me introduce you to Dorothy, the Insta360 Pro. After we moved to the theatre, there were more challenges to overcome. Although we had solved the proximity challenge in a small rehearsal space, 3 by 4 metres, the blocking did not suit a large theatre stage. As part of the process, I invited colleagues to be test virtual actors. Due to distance issues with the wireless video link to Dorothy, we had to place the virtual actor very close to the front of the stage. However, the test VAs found it disturbing to see themselves in the VR headset sitting in the front row of the audience. So the VA would have to be moved to the side of stage, behind a screen, to maintain maximum immersion and suspension of disbelief. This project has allowed us to investigate the ability to transport a single audience member onto a live stage using a single VR camera. One of the really limiting factors for a live audience is that currently the technology does not easily support multiple viewers. The ability to create spatial sound is another worthy area of investigation. The use of a conventional stereo recording does not work as the left and right channels become reversed when the VA looks in the opposite direction. We also discovered that this could be a useful training tool for actors who are unable to always rehearse in the same room. Feedback about the Virtual Actor app was that surprisingly, a number of people reported that they got butterflies in their stomach or had feelings of stage fright, much like an actor would in a live stage show. As such, there is potential to develop a similar app to assist with overcoming stage fright, much like VR is used to assist people with agoraphobia. In summary, this project has shown that there is potential for universities to develop innovative courses that blend technology and performing arts. Theatre, as an ever-changing creative space, is an ideal platform to push the boundaries within digital humanities. This project discovered new ways to enhance the audience experience by offering them the opportunity to participate in live theatre as actors, perhaps as an extension to Boal's Forum Theatre, but by using technology. It additionally has the potential to be developed into a useful tool for students and actors more broadly. Thank you for listening. Feel free to email me if you'd like to know more or to share your own research with me. Bye for now.